Hello, everybody, and welcome to Horror Madness with Deb and Dana.
Tonight we have producer and star. You were a producer on Bloody Summer Camp, yes?
Oh, I sure was.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you were. And as he also was a Roger Weissman, camp counselor, we have Michael McGlynn with us tonight. Do you go by Mike or Michael?
Actually, either or. Just as long as you call me for dinner.
We met at Carolina Fear Fest this year and had a blast and couldn't wait to get him on to talk about movies he's done and upcoming movies, which I'm excited about.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, and I was so happy to hear y'all want to even talk about Bloody Summer Camp because honestly, Bloody Summer Camp was actually my first film. So also by de facto, it's also one of my first loves. And I kind of tell everyone, Bloody Summer Camp in a million ways kind of became a Cinderella story for me. It really did. I don't even know where to even begin on that one. I mean, I guess one of the fun things is a little backstory about me. Before I decided to do movies, I did acting, but all theater stuff in high school and college, just because I thought it was an easy A, and also that's where all the that's where all the girls were going. I was like, so yeah, why not? If I can make them laugh, maybe I can get a date kind of mentality.
Yeah.
But then after that, I started doing my own thing, and I've ironically during college I kind of had a new love that kind of fell in my lap, and I actually became really heavy into martial arts and kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA. I did a lot of jiu-jitsu, judo, wrestling, and just fell in love with it. And I actually took off and had a nice small little career doing it. And I suffered a bad injury, I couldn't compete anymore. I was able to still coach, and I did at my fight team. I did coach for a while. I loved it, but it just wasn't filling that void. And my wife was like, "Well, you always said you always want to do a horror movie. Why don't you go and try to do one?" And ironically, my next door neighbor actually tried out for Dave Kerr from Slasher 15's second film, Return of the Slashers. He said he couldn't do it. He goes, but I think they might still be looking for people. And he gave me his info when I contacted him. And he goes, hey, I'm sorry. We actually wrapped up filming a couple of months ago, actually. I'm like, oh. He goes, but hey, I'm thinking about doing this Camp Slasher. I'm going to do a crowdfunder for it, and we'll see what happens. If you like to audition, you can audition. And then his crowdfunder opened, and I was on it. I was like, you know what? What's this? I see you can just pay to be killed in the film. I'm like, well, that's actually kind of awesome. Like, you know what? I want to be guaranteed I get a spot because I love Camp Slashes anyway. And for me, it was kind of more of a bucket list. I wasn't thinking career or anything outside that. I was like, all right, I'll get a cool kill in a camp scene, like in a Camp Slasher. Awesome for my bucket list. So I decided just to buy that. And then after I bought it, I think it was maybe a few days later, Dave Kerr hit me up and goes, hey, I noticed that you live over here in Culpeper. Well, I live over over here, right outside of Madison. I was like, whoa, that's not far from me at all. He goes, yeah, you want to come? I'd like for you to come over. I'd like to meet you because I like to write characters kind of a little based on who they are and stuff. That way I can make it more of an organic character. I was like, cool. And then I went over there and met him, and him and I really hit it off really well. I could tell he really liked me, and I really liked him. And he goes, hey, I'll tell you what, we're actually having our cast wrap party for Return of the Slasher. So why don't you come over here? Because some of the cast members will probably be in my next film too. You can get to know them and stuff. And I got to meet a lot of them, and they were all really great, awesome people, just super nice, super friendly, very warm, very welcoming. I was so happy about it. And then we had our first script read, and he gave me the character Roger, and I didn't know how to go with it. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna be just sort of be kind of goofy with it, and just I was just over the top, like excited, like, and I just first line of it, what like during the script reading was like, oh my god, all these new faces, how exciting! Everyone's script reading just started busting out laughing, and I looked over at Dave. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I won't lie. At first, I was humiliated. I thought I really messed up, and everyone was laughing at me. Because, like,
No.
oh my god, look at this amateur! And I just looked right at Dave. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, is this not right?" And he just like, "No, keep going, keep going." And then we started doing filming, and Dave actually said, I'm actually really liking your character, because originally I was only supposed to be in like one scene, and then I was going to be killed. And when
Oh, wow.
you go and see the movie, you'll see I'm in that movie a lot.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, for sure.
That's because Dave actually ended up liking my character a lot, and he kept on adding more scenes for me. And then when they were all done filming with me, finally, that's when I was kind of getting sad. And Dave was like, "Hey, can I come talk to you for a second, Mike, in private?" And I was like, "Oh God, here it is."
Oh,
Like,
no.
all right, yeah, I understand. Like, hey, you did a great job. We really loved having you, but you're all wrapped up. So, thanks for coming out. And I was prepared. I had a blast. Got way more than I ever bargained for. I was ever gonna get. And then he goes, yeah. So here's the thing, Mike. You've been like the first on the film set every day you've been here, and you've like to help all the crew out, get everything set up, and just help out wherever you can. You're also the last one to leave every night, to make sure everything was nice and clean and organized and set up. You know, I could really use a good producer. How would you like coming on and being my producer? And then, of course, I'm not even thinking, well, wait, what does the producer do? Or what do you want me to do? Or what do I need to do? My only question to him was, does this mean I get to stay on set? Yes, Mike, that would mean you get to stay on set. I'm like, then I'm going to do it.
Yes, I'm in.
Yeah, you definitely got lucky on that one.
Yeah.
Bloody Summer Camp is definitely one of my favorite indie horror films of all time. Like,
Oh,
it
is.
really is. It's a really great indie film.
We watched it shortly before Carolina Fear Fest just because we found it. We love watching indie horror movies, and we found it and watched it. And then even after we met, like, it didn't click in my head. And then it did click, like, partway through the convention, it clicked in my head, and I was like, oh, oh, wait a minute.
Man, I actually had a couple of those happen to me somewhat recently. Like, I actually did a post about one because honestly, it was like just one of those dark, gloomy days out, just kind of real musty, kind of like, and I just thought through a point in this gas station, and this guy was just like staring at me, and I'm like, all right, I'll just pump my gas. I'm trying to like be cool. And then I kind of this guy looked over my shoulder, like, he's still staring at me. I'm like, okay. Then I just turned around. I was like, yeah, hey, man, can I help you with something? He goes, yeah, sorry, no offense. Were you in some kind of cheesy camp film with like a funny blonde wig? I was like, yes, I was.
Oh, that is amazing.
That just made my day. I was like, oh my God. And not that, just something that was on my bucket list that just became a big passionate love. Funny enough, on my drive home from work tonight, I actually was talking to one of the old cast members. I was talking to Christian Jensen, who played Larry the Cook.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
He's a really good dear friend. Despite his character, he is actually a great guy. He's also a very awesome horror novelist too.
Oh, wow.
Stuff's on Amazon too. Check it out. Like, it's really good stuff. Matter of fact, I have to figure out what it was he did, but I actually remember that he actually did a rom-com once, but he did it under a female alias because like they found out that like, well, girls are more inclined to buy romance novels from other women. Guys, he goes, all right, so he just went under a female alias.
So I know that Dave Sheridan and Felissa are both really awesome people. What was it like working with them
Oh my God, they are such a blast. I'll tell you right now, Felissa was just absolutely amazing from day one. I mean, she just lightens every set you're on. She really does. I mean, there's a reason why we've used her in our like actually this film coming up will be our fifth time working with her in a row now because we absolutely just adore her. She just brings a certain energy and love like to every set, and it's just we just come to love her. Dave Sheridan. that that guy is probably like I don't think I will ever meet anyone who can come up with more comedic character actors on the plot better than that man. That man is a genius at that stuff. We came to play summer camp. There was a lot of ab living he did. One fun one I tell a fun fact to everybody, like whenever I do Q&As for this one or whatever, is that whole interrogation scene when he was interrogating all the counselors that were all lined up, and he was calling them all those 80s references.
Yes.
He he came up with all like like he came up with all that, and here like me and Dave we're all here on our phones look up every reference because we're like this has got to be 1986 or before. If it's not, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Like, wait, that works. Wait, that works. That works. This guy did his homework.
He really brought it too. He does an
did.
amazing job.
Oh, and wait until this spring because this spring it's already shot. We're already like the main edit's done. The composing is done. We're now doing sound and we're doing our fine sound mixing and stuff. But Bloody Summer Camp 2 will be premiering this spring.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, very
And
much forward to that
and
one.
always Felissa Rose and Dave Sheridan back. They have a much bigger role in this one than they did even in the first one.
Okay, awesome. How about yourself?
Oh, actually, I do have actually. Funny enough, I do actually have a fun role in that one. Matter of fact, myself and my dog, actually Mara, my like both are like I play a dim-witted deputy called Deputy Dewey Wiseman, and then I have my dog Mara, who actually goes by Mara.
Oh.
She's an absolutely beautiful German Shepherd and stuff, and
She just in the background. I thought I saw her a minute ago.
actually, that might have been my cat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, though we just did get a second Shepherd, though. I'm like, though a little different. We got a Shiloh Shepherd.
Okay.
Yeah, real big fuzzy guy.
So, I had something that really stood out to me. I don't know if you know the answer to this or not. There are so many amazing cars in Bloody Summer Camp. Is someone a car collector or?
A couple of them we did. Some of them we just did like that Corvette. That was just someone who happened to own that Corvette who said, "Hey, I would love for my car to be in the film." Like, all right, great. And he's like, I wouldn't want anyone to drive it besides me. We're like, well, good news, it's not supposed to start. So
It's not gonna
as
start.
long as you can drive it and park it, we'll do the rest.
Awesome. So another question I had: the mask for the killer. I think it's Devil Face.
Yes, it is.
Hey.
Who came up with all that? Who came up with the mask and everything?
That was actually a custom job done by an Italian leather maker who does masks and other things. He did one that like had some little bit of similarity, but was still like different than what we wanted and stuff. And the best part about was he said because of the way he does his design, not every mask will be exactly 100% the same. There always will be small little tweaks or little things that'll be a little different from one. And if you really, really pay close attention, you might even catch one or two in the movie because we actually bought 4 or 5 from them. I think it was 5 masks because we wanted to make multiple. We wanted to sell some on the crowdfunder and help raise some more money. And then we even thought it'd be cool to actually kind of name the mask after the kill. So we actually did masks after the kills. Like there was the ball smasher double face mask. There was the leg drowning double face mask. So we always had one for all the big occasions that happened throughout the movie and stuff.
Now, were you one of the devil faces as well?
I was actually. There was just some of the stunt scenes that I knew I could do from being from being a martial artist. I knew I could do of them. Like that one scene of Devilface coming down from the rafters, like when the girl opens up the pot to see the head in the pot, and you see him coming down the rafters. That's actually me. Um, the one girl, Shonda's kill, like that's actually a half and a half one. Brendan Lynch, who actually plays Donnie, like when he throws the machete and it goes into slow mo, and all the scenes leading up into that part were all him. But once the machete hits Sean in the back and she goes to the ground, and Devil Face gets on top of her and she pulls his mask up and you see it pull it back down, that's actually me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you did a lot. I saw you got a credit for boom operator even.
Oh yeah, no, we were like jack of all trades. We're like, hey, like you hold this. Yeah, do you think you work sound? I think I'm pretty good. I can do it. I just watch this. All right, good. Now you're a sound guy. Hold this. I mean, but that's the beautiful thing about indie film, though. Like you really do become like a bit of a Swiss Army knife. You start being able to wear multiple hats, like what you need to do, what needs to get done on set, even if it's not your norm. You know where to help out, or whereas like I know you said you have that, but that's actually a lot of work. You know what? I know what to do too. Let me come over and help you out. It's also a big family. I mean, especially if you watch our films, like I've kind of joked around that we're kind of like the Broken Lizard indie horror kind of group in a way, because we do mainly horror comedies and stuff. You will see a lot of the same familiar faces from all of our films, but you're also going to see a lot of new faces too, because we love bringing new faces on, because we know there's a lot of great talent out there. And we always try to bring a couple of good name celebrities to the mix in the movie to add a little extra fun and a little entertainment.
Yeah, you have in Uncle Fred's Monster Problem, you have Brummer.
Yep.
Okay.
Brian Brimmer.
No, had to like dig from Pumpkinhead. He was Bunt.
Oh yeah.
And Pumpkinhead.
Yep. We had with Brian before. Like we worked with him on the slashers. So he did absolutely phenomenal. And I'll tell y'all right now, if you ever get a chance to meet Brian, go meet him. Let's put it to you this way. We all agreed on the same thing on our set. Brian Brimmer is the male version of Felissa Rose.
Really?
He is. He is just as uppity. He is so full of life, so fun. And both of them are just absolutely good actors. They know how to bring a good performance, and they know how to have a lot of fun. They really were great. Like, matter of fact, when we did our slashers premiere, they both actually came out to our premiere to watch it, which was absolutely amazing. They were hanging out and signing autographs with everybody. It was really just a phenomenal time. It was definitely one of the reasons why I loved it. I love doing this stuff, especially with all the hard work and everything. So sometimes you wonder, like, man, why do I keep beating myself up for this? But then you get to go and watch it on the big screen and stuff, and you get to see everyone enjoying and stuff. Or even we've gotten to meet a lot of great people along the way that who came across our movies by watching on Tubi or something, and hit us up like, hey, I really liked your stuff. I just want to let you know, if you don't mind, I'd love to be a part of this at some point. And a lot of times it happens. Oh, JC, how you doing, buddy? I know that beautiful. I know that beautiful face.
Oh, who doesn't know that beautiful face?
Oh God.
So, since she brought it up, Uncle Fred's Monster Problem.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that one that we're all looking forward to?
Okay, it is. I am so looking forward to this one, and for so many reasons. I think one of the biggest ones is, for once, we're actually going a little out of our normal wheelhouse. We're called Slasher 15 for a reason. We've always done slasher films. But we also wanted to expand a little bit, and we always wanted to prove people we could do things besides our norm. Even we did one film. It was more of a serious home invasion one called "Go Away." There was a little hints of comedy, but we pulled it back a lot because we wanted to show people that we could do a serious movie. Even though I won't lie, it almost killed us because there's so many times we were like, oh my God, wouldn't it be fun if we did this, and that scene? And we just started chuckling and like, no, it's serious. It's serious.
You can't do it.
Yeah, but we do love our comedies, and it's going to show in full force on this one too. This is a buddy comedy. The best way to describe it, like if you do it on a very broad nutshell, I would say imagine taking like characters like Peg and Frost or like Tucker and Dale and sticking them in the movie Feast. But instead of it being a bar out in the middle of the desert, it's a trailer park, like in a patch of woods. And there's other surrounding neighbors around the trailer park area for it to happen and stuff. But that's like the broad term of it. But Uncle Fred is actually going to be played by Brian Bremer, who will find the creature, and that's pretty much I think all I'm allowed to say right now.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
okay.
Blizzard Rose is definitely signed on, and we are actually hoping to, if we're lucky, we might have a couple other cool names to add to the list. Of course, that always comes down to our crowdfunding. Like all I can say is every money that is ever donated, we spend every dime of it and stuff. So much to the point that, like, myself and my wife, who is also a producer, Dave Kerr, who is the writer and director, and also Amber Fulcher, who's the special effects artist,
Okay, yeah.
because it's because the four of us are pretty much the ones who are running Slasher 15. We don't pay ourselves on any of our films. We will pay our cast and our crew, but we do not pay ourselves. We do this all pro bono ourselves because we want every dime we can to go to the film. We would never ask our crew or our cast to do it for free. When we know we can pay them, that's not who we are. We don't mind going broke, but they shouldn't have to go broke.
It really is a project of love, for sure.
It really is. I mean, and we've always wanted to dabble in doing something different, and a creature feature was just perfect right up our alley. And we've already got something really awesome. We already hit a big milestone on our crowdfunder, like where we were able to obtain our creature designer, and this designer created some of the work on Predator and Jurassic Park 1 and 2. He is creating our costume, and actually the creature designer who actually came up with the look of the creature was actually Matt Cloud, who used to be a creature designer for Troma. I actually worked with him on his last film, Coffin Tooth, and a matter of fact, I'm also working with him on his next film as well, which is a sequel to Return of the Living Dead. I'm sorry, not Return on Night of the Living Dead, called Barbara.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Really, really great guy too. Also a really sweetheart, great snuggler. But most of them are.
So you said being in a horror movie is a bucket list. You've loved horror forever, or?
Oh yeah. And what the funny thing is, not only did I love horror, even at a young age, I absolutely loved horror comedies. And like even still to this day, one of my top favorites of all time will always be Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein.
We just actually listened to a podcast about that. I have a box set of all the Abbott and Costello meets all the monsters, and we haven't actually watched any of them yet, and we need to get on that.
Yeah, too.
It is pure comedy horror gold at its finest. It really is. I mean, the funny thing is like I actually pulled one of those jokes on Dave on Bloody Summer Camp too, because we're having a long film day with Dave Sheridan and stuff, and it was like Mike, how you feeling about this? But yeah, we may have to go maybe hit like 14-15 hour terrain day. Like, how do you feel about that? And I was like, all right, but I gotta warn you, I'm a union man, and I only work 16 hours a day. And he's like, but union man works 8. And he goes, I belong to 2 unions, Dave. But yeah, I mean, like I loved all the Universal monsters too growing up. Lon Chaney's the Wolfman has always been one of my top favorites. In fact, my wife and I just recently watched the Benicio del Toro remake with him and Anthony Hopkins, which, oh my God, I hate myself for waiting so long to watch that movie. I mean, it was almost a decade when it came out before I finally got around to watching it, and I absolutely hate myself for it because that was so good. Such a great movie. It was like they took all the good fun and charm out of like the original one, but they gave it that today like gore factor, like being ripped to shreds. Like they had this whole gypsy camp scene. Like my mouth just dropped. I'm like, I want to make a scene like that.
What are your feelings on the new Frankenstein coming out, the Guillermo del Toro?
Oh, I need to see more on that one. I did watch that newer Wolfman one that just came out from Blumhouse. Like, you know, I did a post about saying, actually wasn't that bad, and honestly, apparently, I might be in a little bit of a minority. Really, really, I'm like, I don't think. I mean, yes, it took its own route in turn,
It
but
definitely took its own route.
the way I look at it is like it took the same kind of new route as Hollow Man took on the Invisible Man. You know,
Yeah.
and I loved Hollow Man, and I love the Invisible Man.
Yeah, I'm excited. Frankenstein is my favorite of the old school Universal horrors. Like, Frankenstein's monster will always have a place in my heart. So I'm excited for it and nervous. And nervous.
Oh no,
Because Frankenstein's been screwed up a whole lot over the years.
no, you're not wrong there.
There's,
God,
there's a lot of good ones and there's a lot of really bad ones.
oh yeah, no, I would definitely agree. I mean, there was, I think it was Mary Shelley's Frankenstein with Robert De Niro in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was actually pretty good. I mean, it was more on that artistic side. But I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything's always got to be blood and guts and like like eyeball smashing out all the time. Sometimes we can go that more route.
But that's so much fun, no.
No, I agree with you too. I'm definitely not taking that way. I mean, if
I mean, I love gore. I don't know why. Bloody Summer Camp did it great. It was.
oh yeah, all I can say is wait until you see part two, because not only did we amp up the comedy, we amped up the gore. Dave Sheridan, if Dave Sheridan was an 8 on the comedy meter, like in part one, he's a 12 in part two. He came up with some great ideas. I can't say a word about it. I wish I could. But we purposely did so many things to not do this, but Dave Sheridan came up with this great idea for his character, for the sequel, and it was just absolute comedy gold. And I'm like, I was like, okay, like, and after we started seeing it and we were filming, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have to keep this one under wraps. Like, this has got to be a fun, thing for everyone to. They gotta see it firsthand,
Oh, I can't wait.
And Felicity was great in it. And then we got Joe Bob Briggs to be the new camp owner. And we got Darcy also from the last drive-in. She's the new camp nurse. And we also got Nathan Basil from Leslie Vernon, Man Behind the Mask. Yeah, he actually plays Joe Bob's son. So they're both the co-camp owners together. Every single one of them were absolutely amazing. I think one of the most surrealist things I saw during that one was we had a really young cast for Bloody Summer Camp too. That one was a little scary because we couldn't use almost any of our normal faces. We had to go with all new cast members.
Mm-hmm.
Go younger, so most of our cast members were between the ages of 17 and 22 range. One or two might have been a little older than that, but most of them were in that age range and stuff. Matter of fact, we even did a camp scene where we almost started handing out beers and we started to go, no, wait, empty it. Water, here you go. You almost got us. But one day when Joe Bob was on set, we were having our lunch break, and all the young 17 and 20 and young 20-year-olds were all sitting at the table surrounding him. And Joe Bob, you would have thought you were watching a live version of The Last Drive-In, talking movie and shop. And these young generations are just absolutely engulfed in him.
Wow.
Tell us more. I mean, he was just, I mean, he was such a joy. They all really were. We definitely would, we would love to work with any one of them again. Well, obviously, we have a lot of them. Dave Sheridan, we've worked with twice, Felissa 5 times. And actually, that was our second time with Darcy, because Darcy was also in Slasher Nurse.
Slasher Nurse, yeah.
We love our celebs and our cast.
If you could remake any classic horror film, which one would you choose?
Ooh. Oh, God, like any old classic I could remake. Oh, that's such a hard one because they're classics and I don't want to touch them.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's a good question. That's actually a really good one. I think the only one I would do, and I want to specify too, like if I'd want to go back in a time machine. I'd want to use all the same actors. I would try to add some more, but I would probably say maybe the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Not because it wasn't perfect. It was just the one thing I wanted more. That one reason why I fell in love with some of the later series is like I wanted a good kill count, and and part 3 had a very small one. You only had like the 2 or 3 kids, and then it was more about the intensity, but still. When part 3 and part 4 came out, then that whole back-to-back story, like that one really got me. And then you guys, like the kills got fun and everything else too. I know, even if I did remake it, I would maybe add a smidge of comedy, but I would definitely have kept it still as grounded in that horror tone, though, just because, that was perfection. And that's why I said, like, I wouldn't change any of the actors or actresses. Like, they were all perfect in their roles and stuff. But I would probably add a few more characters, at least round it off to at least a solid 5 kill count. I mean,
better kill count.
Yeah, I think that would probably be it.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'm going to turn the tables on you all.
Oh no! I hate when that happens.
I like y'all's answer. Well, I mean, that wasn't tough. I was like, wow, that kind of was
No.
I know it's how you get there. People are like, what's wrong with that movie, Mike?
Well, no, sometimes you remake something because you love it and you want to, I don't know, carry it on and give it new breath.
Well, if I could do it for any movie just to ensure it kept going on, I'd have to go with my new favorite slasher series, which would be Hatchet.
Hatchet is great.
Were we supposed to answer that question too?
I was avoiding that. Why
I'm
were
thinking
you,
hard.
Why were you bringing it back up? That is. See, now I'm mad at myself for asking. Because I am a lover of the classics in so many ways. I just think practical effects were better, movies were better, everything was done with heart and with artistry. And now outside of the indie world, I still love horror, but so much of it is just kind of thrown together. I would hate to remake something that was, screw me for asking that question. I'm sorry.
Now you see how I feel.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really. So I think I would like to go the route of picking a movie that kind of sucked but had a lot of potential to remake. I love that idea of instead of remaking beloved things, remake something that had a lot of promise but kind of sucked. I can't think of one.
I was waiting for it too. I was like, oh, what movie is this?
Okay. Well, so you put it in. I put it in the classic. I mean, you don't fuck with the classic, and so many classics have already been redone and been redone terribly.
Yeah.
You're not wrong there. I mean, there have been some good ones that I absolutely love. Like I love Jessica Biel's remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought that was really good. My Bloody Valentine. I really enjoyed that one. I loved how they swapped the characters because there's some people in there like, yeah, I know how this guy, and like, oh nope, looks like I was wrong.
I am just drawing blanks.
The first one that keeps coming to my mind is Hellraiser, but it was just redone.
Yeah. I think
Well, was it redone well? There you go.
It wasn't redone bad.
I think I would probably have to go with something Lovecraft because there's not many good Lovecraft movies.
Oh, that is true.
Most all of them are god awful.
I'd love to see a Cthulhu movie that wasn't silent.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this counts or not, but there's one I actually own it too. It's called HP. I'm sorry. It's called the Last Lovecraft. I think it is. Like it's about fans of HP Lovecraft, but it's about Cthulhu coming to the world and stuff. And these three kind of like LARPing fantasy kind of nerds have to stop it.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
I always love LARPing nerds.
Yeah, I got a few of those movies. Another good one, Knights of Badassism. It's got Peter Dinklage. That one's a really good fun one. But I definitely agree with you on what you said about Lovecraft. Lovecraft's works are already kind of a bit of an acquired taste. Like, it's good stuff, but also translating a lot of his work to movies is tricky. I think a lot of times the problem is it gets lost in the translation of making that jump from book to screen.
Well, he was big on unnameable, unimaginable fear, and how do you film that?
With the color magenta.
Yeah. Like the color out of space. I like the color out of space.
The color out of space was great. Dana loves Nick Cage.
Yeah,
so.
big Nick Cage fan.
You know what? One of my favorite movies he's actually done now at this point. The funniest part was he didn't even have to say a word in it, and like he was still great. Was Willy's Wonderland.
Willy's Wonderland. That's one of the first movies we watched together.
Yeah, sure.
Aww. How romantic, I think.
I mean, horror brought us together, so.
Yeah, that actually makes sense and stuff. My wife was one of those like late bloomer ones. Like she watched Scream and she liked Scream, but outside of that she didn't really do anything else. Like, well, did you watch Friday the 13th? She's like, no. I was like, oh, well, what? She's like, okay, well, these aren't bad. And then I showed her Hatchet, and yeah, she fell in love with Hatchet. Like, Hatchet might be the only thing that might rival Scream for her. It's high up there. But yeah, she became a big appreciation like later on and stuff. But she always liked a lot of the dark fantasy stuff. So making that jump over too hard.
Yeah, a darker and gory version of Spectrum.
Oh, that's a.
You're thinking there, Laura. That's actually.
Yeah,
that movie too. Actually, I love that movie. Matter of fact, I also love the hip hop group that was in there, Digital Underground.
Yes.
Oh,
with one of the rare Tupac casts in there.
Oh yeah.
as a young actor before he was a rapper.
Oh goodness gracious!
I don't think he had even done any music yet when he was in Nothing But Trouble.
No, like he did do some work with Digital Underground at the time because that one album, I think it was like This Is Not Your Usual EP was the name of the album, but he was featured in a lot of that. Although, just shows how young and naive I was. Like it wasn't so much later on I realized, wait a minute, Humpty Humpin' is the same as this dude, and is also the same as that guy. Wait, you mean all two rappers are the same dude? Oh.
So, where can people find you?
Oh, well, let's see. If you want to watch any of our stuff, we already have Bloody Summer Camp and Go Away out. They are available on Tubi and on Amazon Prime, free to watch. We just signed distribution for The Slashers. normally I'd say it's about 2 to 3 months after we sign distribution when it'll start hitting the streaming sites. But anyone who was there to be a backer of our movie got their physical copies of it already and are already enjoying the film. But we're also still doing some of the film festivals. In fact, we are up for an award at the Highlands Film Festival at Kevin Smith's Theater in New Jersey, the Smock Castle Theater. I'll actually will be up there just in case if fingers crossed, maybe we might actually win.
Yay!
Probably.
Yep. Follow me on Facebook, or you can also follow me at Instagram too. I'm Michael_Slasher15 Productions. And then of course, we have Bloody Summer Camp 2 coming out this spring, and we are currently crowdfunding. It'll be my 5th movie working with Dave and the Slasher 15 company, but for them, this will be their 7th full feature-length film. It's a creature comedy. We got Felissa Rose and Brian Brimmer already signed on. We've got more people we want to hopefully get signed on that we are eyeing, and I know there's another celebrity. It's way too early on to give out names or anything like that. But if the funding gets there, I can honestly tell you from someone who has a good ear on the community, this one has not been around the scene in a while, and I think will be a good giant surprise. If y'all can help us, make a great film, go to Indiegogo, support Uncle Fred's Monster Problem, and even if you can't, share our crowdfunder. Let people know about us. We have a fun little small pitch trailer on the Indiegogo you can watch. It's a small little concept trailer of what we have in store. But like I said, if you watch our old concept trailers and you watch the actual thing, it usually is 8-9 times better. Like I tell everyone, what you see is just that. It's a concept trailer, no budget. What we're going to do has a budget. We are going to make a great film, but every time we get a bigger budget, we can make the film even better. We even have some really fun ideas in store. Dave brought up one idea to me that I absolutely loved. Unfortunately, I can't talk about that either because even on we did a live feed a couple of days ago, and I lightly hinted it, but I told him it's too far away. But it's definitely something that I think people would get really excited about, and it's a kind of a thing that most indie film company people don't get the ability or the chance to be able to do, and we have the opportunity possibly.
Oh goodness! Well,
good things are coming. I hope.
I can't wait. Laura wants to know what movie should have never been redone. Oh, there's so many that should have never been redone, Laura.
Let's see. What is a good one that comes right that pops out? Oh. I'm trying to choose my choices very wisely.
Yeah, no, that's you.
Well, I did enjoy the newest Nosferatu. I feel like there could be about 50 less Dracula movies.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Robert Eggers did a great job on it. It was beautiful, but it's been beautiful every time it's been done.
For me, I think I'll go with the remake of Cabin Fever because honestly, I sat down and watched it, and my wife and I both said the same thing. What was the point in making that movie? It is the exact same movie that was just made it wasn't even that long ago. I feel like it couldn't even been even 10 years yet. You didn't need to do that. And not only that, it's it was just a carbon copy of the original. I think the only thing that was different was the deputy was a girl in the remake, and it was that party guy, original. And I'm not gonna be mean or anything, but I just felt like the acting and the chemistry was so much better and tighter in the original than it was in the remake. It felt more distant to me. I felt chemistry with the original cast at least. Some of the intertwines going on between them, the guy from Boy Meets World, always harping over that one, a blonde girl and stuff. I was feeling that. I got that vibe. It was like, yeah, he definitely seems like that lone puppy in the corner. Just like, one of these days.
Well, it is getting past my pumpkin time. I turn into a pumpkin. Thank you so much for chatting with us and coming on.
Oh, thank you so much for having me over. To hang out with y'all. I mean, I've been wanting to after Carolina Fear Fest anyway.
Absolutely.
Definitely have to do it again soon as well.
Absolutely. Anytime. I'd love to hang out and chat with y'all.
Again, thank you. We cannot wait to see what is next. Bloody Summer Camp 2, Uncle Fred's Monster Problem. So excited.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it so much.
All right. Have a great night.
Thank y'all. You have a great night too, guys.
Good night.